if some numbers you recognize is a certain power, like obviously 25, you guys are not going to be looking for threes, right? You guys are not going to be looking like, because what's 3 times 3 times 3, that's 27. So you're not going to like try and find 25 to come out of threes. All right, that's all this is. So once you guys realize you're looking for these powers, then it's solvable. Okay, so here's what it is. So if I come over, you have 2, it's so tiny. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Let's do it big. All right, look. It says get the same base, and then your exponents are equal, and so you create an equation, like a 2-step equation off of the exponents, and it's really easy. Okay, so look. My base is 2, my base is 4. They are not the same, right? They're not the same. I need them to be the same. I can make the 4 become 2 squared, right? Isn't 4 2 squared? So I'm going to replace or re-express that 4 as 2 squared. So I end up with 2x plus 6 is equal to 2 squared. And so now that my bases are the same, if your bases are equal, you get to create an equation off your exponents. What are they doing outside? I don't know if they're growling or who has that voice? Okay, right, so now you're going to solve for x, -6, and I get x is -4, and that is your answer. Yeah? Yeah, Max. You expressed it as a power. So 4 is equivalent to 2 squared. As you go up in your math classes, your name's on it, yeah. As you guys go up in your math classes, your math becomes manipulation. Like it's all about rewrite. Like when you get to pre-cal and calc, especially when you're pre-cal, like around January, you do these trig identities, and it's just like a rewrite manipulation. Oh wait, whoops. Okay, so let's go to the second one. I don't know, what is that, you guys? A 5? A 6? What do you guys say that is? An 8? A 6? Yeah, I mean, whatever, as long as we agree, because, yeah, it does look like a 6. Okay, yeah, we'll go with 6. Oh my gosh. Okay, again, if your bases are not the same, 16 and 8 are not the same number. They need to be identical. Okay, 8, I can only express 8 as a base of 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, right? 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, right? So I can express this 8 as 2 cubed. How many 2's make 16? 4 of them. 2 times 2 times 2, and there's my 16. So 2 to the 4th makes 16. Yeah? So rewrite it. Okay, but now you're like, wait, what do I do with the 4 and the 3x? This has a 4, this has a 3x. So this is 2 to the 4th. 3x is your original exponent. Put that just in parentheses because you're going to have to distribute. 2 cubed x plus 6. Now that my bases are equal, now I just focus on the exponents. And so this becomes my equation. 4 3x is equal to 3 quantity x plus 6. And then you just solve it. I like these. I think these are fun, but I don't know. Some kids really struggle with them. Okay, so 12x, 3x plus 18. subtract 3x, and I get 9x is equal to, oh yeah, it was 6 because our number's nice and clean. So good job. Good eyes. So x is 2. Okay, let me do 5 and then I'll stop this video. I'm on 5 minutes, so I don't know if it's 6. My vision's going. Okay, let's do 5. So I'll put 5 over here. All right, you guys have 1/2 x 16 squared. Okay, obviously you have a 2 there, but 2 is a denominator. But like we talked about last week, if I want 2 to come up, what's the exponent going to be if I move the 2 to a numerator? Aiden, this is you. Okay, 2's on the bottom. I need 2 to become a numerator so it can compare to 16, so I can get it to be equal. So if it's 2 to the 1, and I'm going to bring the 2 to the numerator, what's that 1 going to become? You said it last week. Yes. So -1x, right? So, yes, good job, Aiden. Okay, if it's 1/2, right, and it's 2 to the 1 on the bottom, it's going to be 2 to the -1 as a numerator. If you guys reciprocal, right, your exponent just becomes negative. So if it was 2 to the 3rd, it'd be 2 to the -3rd, or -3. Okay. All right, I need the 16, which we did. 16 is 2 to the 4th. So 2 to the 4, and then don't forget that 2. Make sure you bring it down, right? Make sure you bring that x down. And now that my bases are equal, you can now make an equation out of your exponents. So I have -1x, and then I'll just rewrite it. So -x is equal to 8, but then divide by that -1, and I get -8, and that's your answer. And if you wanted to check it out, if you were to get a calculator, if you're like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, 1/2, click out, what did we say it was? If we make x a -8, I get 256, right? So if I plugged in a -8 here, I get 256. So let's see what 16 squared is. 256. So I know it's correct. I didn't do your worksheet.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask if could it be like it needs to be equal bases, right?
It has to be, yeah. So you couldn't do 4s here. You couldn't go 4 squared because then I can't get the 2 to be a 4.
Does there have to be 2? Could it be like 4 and 4?
You would end up using a square root. Okay, if you wanted to do the 4, 2 is equivalent of 4 to the 1/2. So you would have to use a fractional exponent. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop it here. I'll let you guys play with them, and then I'll give you guys like 5 minutes if you want me to do another one.